Okay, let's go on to our next thing. As you know, I have my daughter is a senior in high school. She's going to graduate this year. And now we're starting up, really ramping up now the college stuff. She's already been accepted to one college. She's waiting to hear from the other one so she can make her decision. Now we are in the process of financial aid. And since I used to be in banking, I'm kind of a big help to my daughter with this to make sure she doesn't get fucked. Because a lot of people have spent a lot of money and are still paying off student loans and have been fucked big time. It's something they should teach in school besides regular life skills when it comes to finances. But every child should be taught basic necessities, let's say, for the real world. How to budget, how to file taxes. You know, why pay somebody else when you can do it yourself? I just said file taxes. How to save up for a loan, how to get the best loan you can, how not to get screwed on interest rates because they're so bad now. So I'm going through now, and I haven't gone through the complete process yet, of what is available student loan wise. I find it to be highly bunch of bullshit that you have to do this every single year of college. I think you pick a school, you do your financial aid, and that's it for the whole 4 years. But that would be simple, of course. There are all kinds of things, like a disabled parent. You see what you get for that. Remember that if your child's going to college and if you're disabled or your spouse. There's all kinds of different grants and stuff like that. So we're looking into all of that. And it can be overwhelming. Because they throw shit at you. And this is what kids don't understand. If you don't know how to sort out the shit that all of these things, these financial institutions are throwing at you, you have to know how to weed through this. You have to have the knowledge on what's a good rate, what's the payback period, when do paybacks start, can I refinance at some point if I needed to? These are all legitimate questions. But you have to stay on top of it. It's a pain in the ass while you're trying to study for whatever career you're going for. But you have to keep it in the back of your mind. What's next? How do I not get fucked? All those things go into... Now, you may think you've taken a certain path and you still got fucked anyway. It's going to happen. You know, you live and learn. But at least give these kids in high school the general knowledge of what to look out for and what could possibly ruin their entire credit history when they want to go buy a house, when they want a credit card. Watch how you spend credit cards. Watch your income. Watch your outgoing. All of these kids are coming out of school not realizing what the fuck is this. You know, they're kids. They don't care. Their parents have given them everything all their life. They may have had a job, but it's not like they had to pay rent. It was just basically spending money to hang out with their friends. Okay? You have to help a child budget. In other words, get ready for the real world. That's what parents do. But schools could offer classes, even if it's an elective, on how to get through certain things in life. Remember, they used to be cooking. When I went to school, there was home ec. You could cook. You learned how to cook. You learned how to iron. I mean, guys didn't like to go, oh man, that's what women do. No, fuck that. You might be on your own. You may never get married. Maybe you're an asshole. You should know all these things. How to do laundry. How to do this. How to do that. Your parents only have time nowadays to teach you so much. My mother was home the first 10 years of my life before she had to go back to work. And she showed me things that were going to be purposeful later in life. I may have forgotten one or two things. But most of the stuff, I know how to iron. I know how to cook for myself. I know how to sew. You know, in case I need, there's a hole in something. My wife can't sew for shit. And her grandmother was in the Seamstress Union. They tried to teach her. They told her she was a lost cause. So I do all the sewing. My daughter, when she was younger, would have little holes in her teddy bears and stuff like that. I would sew them up. So it's little things, life skills. I know how to use a sewing machine. How many men know how to use a sewing machine? I mean, I'm sure there are plenty. But how many men really know how to use a sewing machine? Now, I haven't used one or, you know, in eons. And there's certain things I just can't do. So I have to have them, you know, tailored out. But this is things kids should know. You may not get married. You may be living by yourself your entire life. Learn. Know what you're doing. Know what you can afford. You know, if you get this lovely apartment and all of a sudden you lose your job, holy fuck, I'm out in the street. So, you know, live within your means is what you can teach people that, but a lot of them just don't. Everybody wants to be better than the Joneses, you know what I mean? So, but it still should be taught. Simple things, taxes, you know, budgeting, stuff like that. They should really bring that back. They should bring back home economics, home ec, because some of these kids don't even know how to cook. My daughter knows how to cook. I've taught her how to cook. Her mother has taught her how to cook. So she's good in that sense. She's never going to starve, you know, by lack of knowledge of how to cook. So she does know how to do that. We have to get her on baking. She's just started on baking. She's doing okay. But, you know, a big meal. I don't think she can handle a big meal right now. Now, she's 17. She's never done it before. She's watched me do it, but she hasn't done it herself yet, and I'd like to see her try. Like, I know how to make a turkey or a lasagna, you know, how to stuff it, how to make the stuffing. So she's around me watching me, but she's never actually done it. So at some point, I'm going to have her do it just to see how she does. Because she, like I said, she may never want to get married, and she's going to have to do all this by herself. So, not everything is a crock pot, people. So, that's all I have to say on those lines. College is coming, and there's a lot being thrown at me, and I got to learn how. I don't have to learn. I have to know which ones to deflect and which ones to listen to. So you all have a good day. Booyah.